Yo, and welcome back again. This is where we stop in our previous episode. So let's proceed from there. Like as we said in the previous episode, the main thing in is just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So let's copy paste for second semester. Are we together? All right. So let's proceed. So I'm going to select the entire thing I'm having here, and I will copy it using Ctrl C in any other method you feel like using, because some of you love mouse very well. So here I'm going to drop it, so you can just use Ctrl V or select the paste option from there. So it's your choice. So we just literally have the same thing down here. So here I'm going to change this to second semester, and this time around the course is changed, right? So we have our extracted course already, which make the work a lot more easier. So let me go to the workbook that is containing this the courses. Okay, we have it here. So I will just select everything for the course from the serial number down to the credits unit. So I'll copy it back to the worksheets for our forecasting, and so here I'm going to select all this area that I have dropped, that we have the courses. I'm going to select them, and after the selection I will need to paste this as a value so that it will not come with own style. It will just follow the style we already have here, and that is it. Perfect. Okay, so you remember that this one is just 10 courses. So this is one of the last courses from this is one of the last courses from the last one we did. So we can just take this one out of there, so we can just delete the row for it, and yeah, it worked that way. It's perfect. So now this is summing from here to 29. Yeah, that is perfect. So here we are dealing with just 10 courses, no longer 11, so it make it perfect that way. And as you can see, we are done with it. So you can see it calculate the GP now for that semester. You can see that now. Okay, let's assume that everything here is on the default standard, which is the default, why am I calling it standard, on the default of 100. So you see that this one will be 5.00. The decimal point did not exceed 2, and it does not just stop at that, because already set is a standard for it from here using the numbering option, that it must stop at 2 place of decimal, which is the standard for GPA and all that. So the next thing we need to do is to increase this head as well. We are going to increase it. Alright, so even this one as well, we need to increase it. You know, it's not all the style that follow it from where we copy it from. So, and that is it. So we are done with 100 level results for BMAS, which is going to be the same thing with CCMAS. The only thing we need to do is just to do this copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and all that. So the next thing is to move to the next sheet. So we're going to create a new sheet, and this sheet will be named as 200 level, and this is going to contain the result for 200 level. So we'll go back to the 100 level page and the 100 level sheet to say sorry. Then we'll just select everything there and copy it. So I'll copy it, Ctrl C, back here, and I'll paste it here. So we are going to need to do some adjustment to make it fit the same way we did for the first one there in 100 level. So this is what we are going to do. As you can see, all the formula is working, just that the referencing will not be for the new place they find themselves. So forget about it, everything is working perfectly. So at first I'm going to select everything and double click on the divider line to make it look more perfect. So we need to just adjust some column widths. Okay, once we are done with that, you know, we need to take this to center by dragging the divider line for column A. Okay, and we need to also increase the height for this row that are containing the heading. Okay, and the same thing for the second semester. Okay, so this time around now we're going to start changing some of the stuff, but let me up the grid line. So we'll go to the and up the grid line for this sheet as well. This is the only thing we want to display. So let's start by renaming it and changing this 100 to 200. So next we'll change it to 200 again. Okay, so that is it. The next thing to do is to replace it with the actual course for 200 level. So let's open the workbook that is containing the list of courses. So for 200 level first semester, we are going to select the list of courses for it. There down to the credit units. We'll copy everything back to the our working worksheet. So we're going to highlight over it. Okay, I can decide to do it with it before we drop the one we have copied. So let's go to the home up. When that happens, the one you copied disappear. That is the wonder of Microsoft Excel. When you delete something, when you have something copied, it will also go away with it. So let's paste this now as a value, and that is it. This time around now we're working with 8 courses, so it means these remaining rows we don't need them. That is row 11 down to row 13. So we'll highlight them, right click on them and delete them because we don't need them for this particular worksheet. And that is it. As you can see, this calculate for the 200 level first semester. See, is the information for 200 level first semester now, because just a copy and paste in this time around. We are not longer stressing ourselves. We are done with the main stress. So the next thing to focus on is the second semester. Let's get it in here. Remember, from 100 level second semester we're supposed to start at putting the CGPA, but I'm leaving it. Let's copy and have this the main GP for all the semester first, because for the CGPA we are going to run it on a different sheet, call it analysis, and that is where we're going to be echoing the information from to display on each of these sheets. Is for a purpose. Okay, so let's go back to the 200 level and continue with what we are doing. So now we are going to the workbook where we have the list of the courses again. So we'll copy the list of the courses down to the credits units. So we'll go back to the place we are currently working, the workbook we are working with now. Then I'm going to select everything that has to do with the 100 level second semester there, delete it. Then we're going to paste this one as mistake will never stop itself. Okay, copy. Let me go back. Okay, so we're going to paste the course for 200 level second semester, and as you can see we don't need these remaining rows, so we're going to highlight the 2 remaining rows there, then right click on it and delete. Perfect, right? So that is how it works here. As you can see, we have for the second semester 200 level as well, and the courses there is for second semester, all the information needed for it. So now next we proceed to 300 level. So we create another sheet, we tap on another sheet to get another sheet, and we'll now rename this one to be 300 level. So enter. So we'll go to the 200 level, and then we highlight everything we are having for the 200 level there. We'll highlight it, then we'll copy it and take it to the new sheet we are working with now, which is 300 level. I'm going to leave the first column, which is what we are using to center our design. So that is it. The next thing is to select everything we are having, or as we have this, so we can just double click on the divider line to make it fit to each of it. As you can see, it looks perfect now, right? So now we can just do some adjustment, which is the height for each of the role for the header. So we are going to increase them. So we'll do the same thing for second semester. We'll increase the main header and also the table head. Okay, I discovered something that the course code is not showing fitted. All right, I think that is solved. That is solved. That is solved. That is solved. Okay. So now the next thing to do here is to change this to the courses for 300 level. But first, let's center it the way we have been doing for others. Let's center it very quickly. Okay, now that we have centered it, we can go to the view tab and off the grid lines for these 300 level courses as well. So we double click into this and we double click into this. Okay, we double click into this and change it to 300 level, and we come down here as well. We double click into it and change it to 300 level, and that is it. So the next thing is to get the actual courses for 300 level in here, but here there is a constraint, especially for the first semester. The list of the courses we are having here currently for the one we copied now is 8, and the list of courses for 300 level first semester is 9. So we need to introduce a new column before we proceed. So a new row. So we are going to right click and introduce a new rule very quickly. Oh, my bad. Okay, we'll insert a new rule there. Okay, so now that we have the new rule here, we can just do it with the courses we have, the information of the courses we have for that 200 level. Let them go. Now let's go to the workbook that is containing the list of the courses for 300 level. So we're going to highlight everything from the serial number down to the credit unit for the 99 courses. Copy it. Then we'll go back to the working sheet. So we'll select the first cell for serial number. Then we'll go to paste and select paste as value. Okay, we have everything there. Okay, so the next thing is just to copy some of the information we have here downward as well to fill for there. Okay, but this one we discover something. Since we introduce a new cell and this new cell is not included in the area, this new rule is not included in the area for calculation, you see that the result is not displaying for it. Okay, that is on rule 11. Okay, let's include it into the formula very quickly. So we'll just edit our formula from like for the credit unit, to edit it from 10 to 11, and you can see that it now display 24. So for total grade point, we'll also increase it to 11. Yeah, so that we can get everything perfect, right? So this is it. The next thing now is to work with the second semester, and as you know, second semester 300 level have only one course, which is the industrial attachment, also known as SIWES. So we are going to highlight every other thing that is there, every other course that is there. We're going to highlight them and just do away with them. So right click and delete. So we're going to copy the course for the second semester 300 level, which we have the details here. So we're going to copy it alongside with its credit units. Then back to the working sheet, we'll just go back there, highlight the previous one we're having there for 200 level, and then we'll just go and paste the real thing as value, and that is it. So this is all for 300 level. We have the result for 300 level also ready. Okay, next let's get the last year, which is 400 level. So this new sheet, we are going to rename it as 400 level. Enter. So we are going to copy. I'm going to get a copy of the 200 level results. Get Y. That will make the work a lot more easier. So I'm going to get a copy of the 200 level results from the 200 level page. Then we'll go to 400 level and paste it. So leaving the first column, we'll paste it and double click on the divider line. Then do that for the course code as well to make it perfect. Then we're going to increase the height for the main headers and the table header. So the same thing to this place and also this table header. Okay, the next thing is to take this to the center. Okay, so now we'll go to the view and uncheck the grid line. Perfect. So now we're going to change the heading to 400, and also down here we'll change the 200 to 400. Done with that. The next thing is to replace what we have here with the actual courses for 400 level. So we'll go to the workbook that is containing So we'll visit the workbook that is containing the courses and we'll select the information for 400 level first semester. Then we'll go back to our results. So for first semester, we're going to select everything we have there and replace it with the courses for 400 level. We'll paste it as a value. So now the two remaining row there, that is row 9 and 10, we don't need them, so we'll right click on them and select delete. That is it. So the next thing now, we'll proceed to the courses for second semester. So we'll go to the workbook and we'll highlight everything we have there for the semester, copy it, go back to our working page, and we are going to select the previous stuff we have in there and we'll replace it with the actual value for 400 level. So now we're going to select the remaining rows that are of no use to us for this page. So right click on it and select delete, and that is it. Perfect. We are done with the structure of the result. Like the result, the development of the result for each of the level is now complete at this stage. It's now complete at this stage. So the next thing we'll be looking at now is the calculation for the CGPA. Remember, the CGPA is the cumulative average for all the semesters. Is the cumulative average for the total grade point for all the semester and also the total credit unit for all the semesters. So we'll be doing that, the calculation, in another sheet, and we'll name the sheet as analysis. That's why we're going to do that. Don't worry, you're not analyzing anything actually. You are just going to play there and get your results. So see you guys in the next episode.